He's got his hands up. He wants to kick us off. Go ahead.
I want to put all my chips on this guy. Is the real deal. I'm putting everything on him.
My stocks are getting invested into. Now, they say buy low, sell high, and all that. And now I think I've never seen his stocks blow up.
The first time that Arsenal are back in the Champions League, they'll get to.
You're not wrong. You've
just been set up there, bro. You've just been set up there.
Yo, what is everyone saying? Welcome back to another episode of the Total 90 Pod. You guys had your dose of chaos last week, so here today we are back to demonstrate some ball knowledge with some few bold predictions. And joining me to pick out one player to invest in from every Premier League club. Before I introduce the panelists, I got to say that we are going to be having lists from Kurt, Alfie, Ted, Yaz, and Aaron will be hoping to make a remontada because his list last year was a lot of questions. So, first up, it is rare that his team picks up 3 points. So, on that occasion, I have to bring him on to make the most of it. Ali, how are we feeling?
Good, man. You know what I mean? Like you said, our team's finally on the board now. Our season started. Sterling's here. And you know what I mean? Ready to get cracking now. Time to show everyone what we're on.
Yeah, we'll see what the ball knowledge is saying because there have been a few question marks in the comments, you know, here and there.
That's my time to shine.
Next up, after a stunning man of the match performance, it was impossible for me to drop this guy for the next game. The Ultras are now buying shirts with his name on the back on the 16th of March, 2007. Stokes, what's good? How are you feeling, mate?
I'm good. I feel like I'm disappointed in myself. My team was shocking. I need to show that I've got a bit more in me, you know what I mean? So
yeah, today's a chance for more ball knowledge. So we'll be seeing what you have in the locker. And lastly, making his first appearance of this season, he did, of course, win the award for Best Ball Knowledge. And he is here to show us why it's worth watching Liga Bancomer MX and Second Division Turkey and whatnot. Furhat, how you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I can't wait. I mean, I did pretty well last time, so I hope I can continue there.
Yeah, I think only one person did better than you last time, actually.
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to say who it was. I'm not going to say who it was. But yeah, the concept is very simple. It is the same as last year, but with one rule change. We have all picked one player from every Premier League club that we want to invest our stocks in, and we're going to give a relatively bold statement and show some testicular fortitude and back these players. Like last time, at the end of the year, we're going to go back and see what everyone said and laugh at, you know, who had terrible takes, who's going to be becoming rich, and who's going to have their bailiffs knocking at their door. Only difference this time, thanks to Mav being a rat last time, picking like Haaland and stuff, we've decided you can't pick anyone that's like the best player at their club, pretty much. So like, anything lower than that, you do what you like.
Yeah.
So without further ado, make sure you have subscribed to the channel. It is a new one, of course. Let's get cracking. I was going to say, let's start with like the biggest Arsenal hater, but then I realised with Ali and Stokes here, I don't really know who that is. So I'll let you then decide who would like to go first in this regard.
I'm happy to kick things off. I do hate Arsenal a lot.
Yes, you do.
Right, so I'm going to go with Eddie Nketiah. Now, it's not exactly like an out there shout. However, I've got a feeling that...
Why is Ali doing this already? You got him as well, yeah?
Yeah, that's my pick there still.
He's going to wrestle Jesus' position for him. That's my bold prediction.
Okay.
And I think a solid 15-plus Premier League goal performance from Nketiah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going more appearances than Jesus and 15 Prem goals as well?
Yeah, I think he solidified his starting position towards the end of the season. Yeah.
Okay, fascinating. Ali, obviously, you said Nketiah as well, so we'll hear what's your take on it?
Yeah, man, I think it's risky like making any takes with Nketiah because I don't know how many minutes he's going to get. But I think he'll get more goals than Jesus this season. I think by the end of the season, I don't know if Arteta will realise because he seems to be on his own thing these days, but everybody else would have realised that Nketiah is better than Jesus still up front.
Yeah, Eddie's my boy, but I'm not having that. He's better than Jesus.
As a striker, as a goal scorer, I think he's definitely better, man.
The numbers, listen, we'll see in it. I'm not going to talk too much on that. Furhat, who is your Arsenal player this season?
It was difficult for me, I can't lie. I went with someone who played at a mid-ish club before and now moved on to a big club like Arsenal. Declan Rice, for me personally, because I think Declan Rice obviously has high expectations, but I think he can meet them. and can maybe take Arsenal to the next step.
If we're going bold statements, so what you're telling me is Declan Rice will lead Arsenal to the title. That's what I'm hearing from you. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Maybe closer than last time.
Well, but if I'm hearing 100 million and you're investing your stocks in the most expensive English player ever,
but they also brought in Kai to destroy everything. So I don't really know, man.
I feel like bringing them closer is not bold enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I want a bit more. You have to give me like he'll get us like a CO semi or something. I want to hear you know what I mean? Like it's a bit.
You know what? The first time that Arsenal are back in the Champions League, they'll get to a semi-final. I don't think that's so ridiculous.
Cold.
I really don't think, with how the Champions League works. I mean, we saw Inter in the final, bro.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You've just been set up there, bro. You've just been set up there. Someone said the group stage might even buck them.
Madrid,
I think it's the mic cutting. Fairs. My Arsenal player, I'm going with William Saliba. And I'm going to tell you now, we're all going to be in agreement, or not all of us, because there are few too many haters, who will be regarded as the best centre-back in the world.
Bro,
not in the Premier League, the best in the world.
That's what I had on my list, bro. That's what I had on my list. I thought he was maybe too established, though, for the stocks thing. I don't know.
Is he not the best player at the club?
No.
People have a lot of questions. People say Saka, Odegaard, Rice, and whatnot.
Saka, 100%.
That's a Saliba.
I'm telling you, best, and just for reference, by the way, for the mods as well, Kurt actually agreed with me. He went not quite best in the world, I don't think he would have said, but he had Saliba on his list. Alfie went Fabio Vieira, as did Aaron. Ted has gone with Reece Nelson. The Fabio Vieira, it's a little bit too premature for me. Like, great game, obviously, against Fulham, but I don't know. But Saliba, best, hear me out. I know I can be like deluded and whatnot, right? But we have to bring bold takes on this one. So for Arsenal, I'm telling you, the best centre-back in the world. We will move on to the next team, Aston Villa. Ali, you want to kick us off, Aston Villa?
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to be a controversial pick. He might seem like the best player so far, but Moussa Diaby, I'm going to take Moussa Diaby, you know what I mean? I'm expecting 10 goals, 10 assists minimum, but...
I'm trying to think if I can let that fly, because personally, I feel like he's the best already, though. Like,
I hear it, Wait, so nobody else has got Moussa Diaby. If it's not allowed, I've got a little backup one there still.
I do also have him, but if we can't pick him...
Okay, no. If we all agree that we can have him, then I'm gonna put him as well. I avoided Diaby because I thought like I'll get told that he's top 3. There's Stokes. Who do you have for the time being?
Jacob Ramsey.
Okay, so that's what I had. That's what I had without. So okay, so you know what? So let's leave Diaby because I feel like it's kind of cheating a little bit. So we'll go with our Jacob Ramsey. So the 3 of us will have that. Me personally, it's weird, right? Because when you think of predictions for like midfielders and whatnot, it's a bit harder. If I want to say he'll be knocking on Gareth Southgate's door, it doesn't mean that much because Southgate will go and pick whoever he wants to anyway, even if it's a player that I don't rate. So the most I can say is that he will be deserving of like a squad player at the Euros, but whether that happens, I don't know. Farhad, do you have a replacement in mind?
I'll probably just go with Jacob Ramsey as well. I can't lie, I looked at the whole squad and it was only Diaby because I've bigged them up in the Bundesliga as well.
That's true.
I thought he would come to Arsenal actually, but because he can play both wings as well.
And it's just like there's loads of like 30-year-olds or like I don't know, like people like I'm never gonna call like get your stocks in Digne or catch. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe Pau Torres. But
I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Like because I was thinking a little bit about McGinn, but then I'm like, do I care enough to invest money in McGinn?
Yeah, see,
I'm gonna come back next year and have like the same amount of money that I invested. Like nothing special. In terms of the mod, Ted has gone with Douglas Luiz. Kurt hasn't gone with Douglas Luiz. Kurt has gone with Pau Torres, who obviously we know had a bit of a last game, but
interesting shout.
Early days.
Even with his fantastic playmaking, Luiz isn't the guy.
Yeah, he doesn't believe that. Maybe because he thinks that Douglas Luiz stocks are so high in whatever market that he's operating. Luiz stocks are so high that they cannot get any higher.
That's fair.
Alfie has gone with Jacob Ramsey with us, and Aaron has gone with John Duran, that striker that hit the bar that one time last season. So fair enough. I guess. Fair, isn't it? We'll see what happens. We move on to Bournemouth. I'll kick us off because my one I used Transfermarkt for the, I guess, bold prediction or whatever. Alex Scott is who I'm going with. At the moment, he's like the 7th most valuable player there or whatever. I reckon he'll be number 1 by the end of this season. Stokes, what are you telling me?
Bit of a Football Manager pick here, but I'm going with Ilya Zabani, the centre back from
Okay.
He joined
Yeah,
the
yeah,
summer.
yeah.
I'll be lying if I said I've watched him, but listen, if he turns out anything like he does on Football Manager, I'm fully behind him. And yeah, I mean, I think he had some interest from like loads of clubs, so it was a good signing, I guess.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Ali, Bournemouth.
I'm gonna be loyal to my Cobham boy Dominic Solanke. You know what I mean? I think this season's gonna be a big one for him, man. He's got the ability. He can play. He just needs to really start scoring in the Prem minute, and I feel like this could be that year,
I've
man.
been hearing that for quite a few years. You know, like, this is the year that Dominic Solanke
This is the year,
really
man.
really turns up. Yeah. So give us a goal number.
I'm gonna say 10 minimum.
Fair enough.
Okay. I wanted to go with a cheeky one because I already said him last time, but I won't say him again. That's
No,
too
you can.
boring.
You can. You're more than welcome to go the same player again.
I'm not going with Billing again, even though I think he's going to do ground solid again. I'm going to go with Kerkesh, the left back. I think personally Kerkesh is really good. I've seen him play in the Netherlands before. I looked at some of the assists numbers from last season. Again, minimum 7 assists.
Wow. The rest of us, shall we pretend that we know who that is? And like,
Yeah, I was gonna say,
bro, he plays left back for them, bro.
I've never even
No,
heard
I'm
of him.
not doubting that. I'm not doubting that. I'm just saying,
Spurs game, for example, he was there. He was pretty good.
And it's mad because I've watched Bournemouth like a couple times.
Yeah.
I've never even heard that name.
I've heard this name, but if this Kerkesh guy walked past me on the street, I'd have no idea.
No.
I wouldn't.
He's never played in the big league before, right? This is his first season now.
Wait, they signed him this summer then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aaron has gone with Hamed Traore, as has Kurt. Alfie's joined us on Alex Scott. Ted has gone Antoine Semenyo, who had an interesting shift last game. Like, there were some good things, there were some not so good things.
He ran out of stamina.
Yeah, it was.
Some point.
I didn't really get it. Like, he just slowed down there, but maybe he's injured or something. I don't know. We move on to Brighton. This is a lot of people's favorite teams when it comes to this one. I feel like in Brighton, anything goes, really. And I'll allow you to pick any players because there's no real consensus on who are the best ones. I'll start with Ali. He's got a little smile on his face like he's ready to give us a cold player here.
I got a smile on my face because that comment's made me a bit nervous because I went a bit risky with my Brighton one. I didn't want to pick the familiar names that everyone's expecting to do decent. I've gone for Simon Adingra. I see a little bit of him in pre-season, and it looks like Brighton might have found themselves another little gem. He's tricky on the ball, can dribble, and he's got an eye for a goal. So I think he's gonna have an impact.
Doesn't he play Mitoma's position?
But I think he can play left or right.
Oh, is it? Okay, first. I didn't even know that one. Got a cheeky little shout for us, maybe like a 10 GA.
Yeah, 10 goals and assists. If he starts getting more and more game time, I'll put it up to 12 or so.
Fairs.
I'll go with Mitoma. Because, we don't have a number 1. I'll say he'll better himself from 12 goal contributions to 15 plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he'll have a more consistent season.
Yeah, that's fair.
And still be that man.
I definitely just realized, by the way, that I can't even do the alphabet because we're meant to do Brentford next, but it's fine. It's Brighton. Stokes, your Brighton player.
Nice and boring, but Evan Ferguson.
Boo.
I actually
I want a bold goal shout from you.
All right, his shift was not impressive in my opinion. Again, West Ham. Did not like it. I was glad he got his start finally, but I can see him at 10 if he gets a lot of game time. But he's very young, isn't it?
I feel like I want a bit more than
I don't think he's gonna play that much, is it?
I want to push like a 12.
Welbeck's good, obviously. João Pedro's gonna play. Like he's not gonna get that much, but I'm hitting easy 10, I'd say. Yeah,
so
10.
Evan Ferguson, who we kind of agree that is, going to be like 100 M's kind of guy. We got to gas his stocks if he gets 8, 9, 10 goals. Okay, interesting.
All right, but like if he gets the game time more, obviously.
In terms of caliber of strikers in the Premier, so like Watkins, what kind of level do you think he's going to reach?
Well, Ferguson?
Yeah. In terms of this season, what kind of?
Not this season. This season's tough because he's still really young.
No idea how many minutes he'll get, so it's hard to really predict it. But my player that I went with, he'll be regarded as the best left back in the league. I think like he's been good. At the moment, they're talking about like Luke Shaw, and then sometimes he falls off and they stop calling him Roberto Carlos or whatever. I reckon
injured.
Yeah, injured. Yeah, I reckon he'll be like the number one by the end of this season. So that's my bold take. But obviously some people are going, a bit weaker. So it's fine. Move on. Oh no, wait. Rather the mods and whatnot. Aaron has joined you on the Simon Adingra shout. Ted has gone Billy Gilmore. I think Ted, bro.
Oh, you gotta let that one go.
You gotta let that one go, bro. That
No,
stock,
no, that was close to being my pick there as
well.
well.
You man, listen. You just got just take your money and just get out and give it to charity or something. Alfie's gone Carlos Baleba, the guy that signed like 2 hours ago. Fair enough. And Kurt has gone with Enciso, which, I hear that one as well. Nevertheless, we go to Brentford, which we were meant to do beforehand. Yeah, my bad. Stokes, we'll start with you. Brentford.
Yeah, obviously this is a bit of one where recency, but I love this goal at the weekend. It was phenomenal. Kevin Shard.
Sharder, I guess. Yeah.
Kevin Sharder, yeah.
I like the look of him, and I'm gonna go for a bold 12 GA, so 12 total goal involvements.
You reckon? So
yeah.
I'd maybe hear it if Tony leaves in January, but if Tony's back and they go back to Tony and Buemo and that, I reckon you're Sharder, brother. He's
thing is, I saw a podcast and Tony's talking about his new club and stuff. I don't know.
I did see that as well. I did see that. Yeah.
But, I like him.
All right, 12 GA. Me personally, I'm not quite backing you on that one. You backing him there?
No, not really. I like Kevin Sharder, yeah, but there's still something missing. My player is actually again someone boring, I would say maybe, but I'll go with he's not the best player at the club, Mbemo, Brian Mbemo.
Yeah. I'm with you on that one.
He's not, you can't regard him as the best, right?
Thing is,
if Tony is
the best,
house,
bro.
are we allowed? If Tony's at his house, the next best up is Mbuemo. Now,
is he the next best up? Because you know what I mean. Rico Henry's pretty good. I feel like the rest of them just kind of Brentford in there. Like they're just
all right. If that's the case, everyone's there. That because mine was Rico Henry. That's who I've gone with. I'm going with left back again.
I have Mbemo / Rico Henry. So
okay. All right, fine. You can have Mbuemo. I'll have my Rico Henry. Again, it's a left back. You can't really have any bold takes, but I reckon it will be heavily linked with a move to a top 5 club.
Yeah, my one's Brian and Mbemo as well. But I've put a prediction of 15 goals.
No wonder this guy was you can have that actually. That's a good take, bro. Wow, that's a yeah, your take was?
Yeah, I think he's going to get 15 goals. I don't know what he got last season again, but yeah, 15 goals.
Fairs, no dramas. In regards to the mods, Kurt has given us Rico Henry as well. Aaron's gone with Aaron Hickey, who last season obviously his stocks are quite down because he didn't really do anything.
Good one, I guess.
Fair enough. Ted's also gone Rico Henry, and Alfie has joined Stokes.
Kevin Sharder.
So that'll be one to
Is that
watch.
A good
I
thing,
guess.
or
risky one, man.
Stocks wise, Alfie done all right last time. I think
Alfie was third.
I think it was
fourth,
third.
Something like that.
That's nice. We'll take it.
Yeah, they question him on top 10 lists, but when it comes to stocks,
okay.
Just if you agree with Alfie on centre backs, you should be worried. But anything else, you're all right. You're all right. So I'll take Alfie's thing. We move on to Burnley. Now, this one, I'll be honest, I watched them against City. I wasn't moved like that, like other people were. I DM'd the mate Viz. I said, bro, who am I investing in? My full IQ lies in your hands. He told me that this Benson guy is cold, but he also mentioned Amdouni. So that's who I'm going to go with. At the moment, his value is 10 million. So I'm going to go and purely invest my stocks on behalf of Vizza and say he'll double his worth to 20 million by the end of the season.
Don't know if he can be trusted. It looks like he's been building houses rather than watching football. I'll go with Zaroury. I've seen a few good moments last year, so that's all I can go off. I'll be honest, I'm not gonna lie to you guys.
Yeah. I'm not even gonna argue with it. I don't know Burnley like that. Furhat.
James Trafford.
Okay.
Won the what was it? Under 21s, under 23s. I'm not too sure. Maybe even younger than that. I think at the end of the season, he should be linked to a pretty big club.
But Ali, you look like you're in agreement with that one.
Yeah, that was my pick, innit? And I feel like, because Burnley are going to be most likely struggling all season, you know what I mean, facing the shots, I feel he's probably going to be their most important and maybe best player by the end of the season.
Aaron agrees with you guys. He's gone James Trafford. Alfie has gone with Wilson Odobert. I'll be honest, this is the first time I've ever seen that name in my life. But fair play. Ted's gone with Koleosho, so I hear that one. And Kurt has agreed with me on Amdouni, so fair play. We now move to another big team, Chelsea.
Oh,
He's got his hands up. He wants to kick us off. Go ahead.
I want to put all my chips on Nicholas Jackson. This guy. This Jackson kid is the real deal. I'm putting everything on him. I wrote down 15 goals, but now since I've been sitting there, I think I want to up it a little 18. Might hit to 20. You know what I mean? He's gonna get in that top bracket of strikers in the Prem this season. So.
I say add a few assists and go 25 GA if you're back.
Yeah, put that 25 GA because he's got the link up play. He's got the link up play for it, bro. So he might even get more than that. Like,
Ali, maybe even should we go what 30 maybe?
Nah, I don't want to sell myself.
I'm just pushing you like a little bit further. By the way, the reason I did that is because last year we had Mav chatting about St. Max here. We got this guy to like 25 goals in his Bro had like 2 by the end of the year. They're like, yeah, do you know what? 25 goals in assists, St. Max. He can do it this year. Embarrassing, but fair. Is anyone also going with Jackson, or are you guys not having that? Me personally, I'm not having it. So
nah, I mean, I saw something on Twitter today actually really pissed me off.
Okay. So was it Ali?
No. So Rio Ferdinand comes out and he's like, "Yeah, I like this Nico Jackson guy. He reminds me of Louis Saha." Yeah, I'm thinking, yeah, fair as well. Like, nice, good comparison. And then all the comments, these Chelsea fans say, "Oh, like what are you talking about? He's more like Drogba." Like, shut up, man. I like him a little bit. I do. There's a few things I'm not 100% on, but
his shooting technique is definitely questionable. I can't lie.
You didn't watch preseason. You didn't watch preseason.
That's the opposite. Actually, I did watch preseason when you man played Brighton. And the U-Man finally started cooking because Brighton went to 10 men because Van Hecke got sent off. And they were gassing the Mudry. I watched that game, bro. I watched my pre-season, trust me. Like, he obviously was bagging his goals, but like so far, obviously, the Premier League, it's a different kettle of fish. I'm not saying it's going to be dead, but, you know, I wouldn't go as bold as the 25 that you were telling me, you know, with your own chest.
He's not going to let me down. He's not going to let me down.
Furhat, who are you thinking?
I want to say Malo Gusto, man, but Reece James is back so quickly.
Yeah, but then he's gone so quickly as well.
He'll get injured again.
There are some questions about Reece James, you know, hospital record.
That is kind of true, but I think I go Levi Colwill.
Yeah, that's mine as well.
I wanna go with him, and I'll say they'll give him his flowers at the end of the season.
So are you telling me that he's going to be their best defender? That's what I'm trying to hear.
Definitely.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Stokes, you're in full agreement with that one.
Full agreement. I think more than that, I think he'll establish himself as one of the league's best centre backs.
Sure. Can I push you on an England start at the Euros?
I'd love to see it. I would love to see it because I mean, on paper he does get in my opinion, but I don't know. We'll see. Let's go England starter. Yeah, let's go England starter.
Okay, bold. I like it. I mean, the thing is, Chelsea defenders, no matter how much Ali hypes them, a lot of them are very terrible. So it's not hard to be.
I know. He's good next to that Disasi guy, but like he's passing. I like. He's good, man. I like him.
Yeah. So if we're going for the best players at the moment, it's what Enzo. You saying Nkunku's like in their best as well. Mm-hmm. And what, like your Jameses or Sterling's. Okay, cool, perfect. Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna go then. I shouldn't really go for him because I'm now becoming a hater because of obvious reasons. But I'm going with Caicedo, and I'm going with Caicedo because obviously he had a stinker against West Ham, like one of the worst cameos you ever see in your life. I personally think he'd be better than Enzo, but I'm going to go for it as well. I'm going to go for it.
That's good stocks.
It's a bold statement.
I think Enzo is going to be considered the best midfielder in the Prem by the end of the season, especially with De Bruyne in and out of the team.
Okay.
It'll be hard. It'll be very
We'll
hard.
be there. Note this one down. Minute 31. We'll be there. We're going to be there next year. Enzo best in the Prem. No, can I get you on a best in the world, perhaps?
No, not yet.
I'm just saying, because if KDB is meant to be number one, and you're saying he's ahead of KDB, then
Yeah, but the decline for KDB is just starting, so we'll give him some time with the throne still.
Let's move over to Crystal Palace. Anyone got a Palace one? Outside, obviously, the big names, which makes it a bit tricky.
Yeah, I mean, listen, the extent of this guess is I've got someone who you might know him called Nicksnet, right? He's a big Palace fan. He's told me that Matthias Franca is the new Neymar. So I mean, listen, that's a bold shout. So I'm gonna invest. I think he's injured right now, but I'm interested to see him play for sure.
Yeah, I actually went with the same guy purely because he's from Brazil. I just thought a Brazilian going to Crystal Palace. He's worth 9 million at the moment on transfer mark, so I'm gonna go like he'll double it at a bare minimum even.
Chelsea,
Ali, who are you thinking?
Chelsea were linked with Franca, so I was banging out clips of him. So he was originally on my list, but then I thought, what's Roy Hodgson gonna do with a 19-year-old Brazilian? So he might not actually play that much. So I've gone for Jefferson Lerma. I think he's had a good season.
I thought you were about to take Jeffrey Schlupp by the way. I was like, Ali.
Nah, Jefferson Lerma. Schlupp's not dead though, but Lerma, I think he had a good year at Bournemouth last season, and I think that team wasn't the best. It struggled a lot of the time. So in a better Crystal Palace team, we got Decore in the midfield with him. I think he could get 10 goals and assists.
Okay, I'm putting on record. I don't agree with the 10 goals and assists, but fair enough. Furhat.
Last year I did pretty bad because I want to go risky. I think I picked like Chris Richards or something. He didn't get like playtime at all. This time I'll go safer. You could argue he is actually one of the most consistent players. I'll go Joachim Andersen.
Yeah.
I still think Joachim Andersen is easily the better centre back out of the two. I think both playing centre halves are very popular, right? He should get a move.
Do you reckon when it comes round to it, will he make our top 7, top 8 centre backs podcast?
Oh, that list. I don't think people watch Palace enough for that.
People had like Tim Ream and that, so you never know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll say he make the top 10.
Fair enough. I just realized I didn't read out the mod ones for Chelsea. So Aaron, I think he just loves going for the craziest stocks. He's a bit like Arteta, like he just something a bit like and he's like, you know what, I can fix him. Aaron's gone with Conor Gallagher. He's also playing games now. Like, best of luck to you there, Aaron. Ted's joined Ali with Jackson.
Okay. Yeah.
Alfie's gone with Malo Gusto, so he's going for the Reece James, like see you later kind of vibe. And Kurt has gone with Enzo Fernandez. In fairness, he just sent me his list. I didn't tell him about don't pick the like number one
best player. Yeah.
So, but all the others, he hasn't picked the best player. So I'll let him have Enzo if he really wants to. And for the Crystal Palace ones, Alfie's joined us on Matthias Franca. Yeah, Aaron's gone with Dean Henderson. Interesting. What I'm gonna say. Ted's gone Jefferson Lerma. Oh, and Kurt put Elise. Okay, other than those two, I think he's alright for not picking the top 3 or top 2, whatever. Everton. This is tough, obviously, because I feel like they've been one of the worst teams this season so far. There's not a lot of good things to say about them. But Stokes, do you have anything to say about anyone good in this team?
I mean, the only player like I was kind of semi-excited for was Danjuma, because
likewise,
I do remember what he did to United a few years back. Obviously, they got a new striker coming in, so maybe a little link up, hopefully.
Want to give us a cheeky, maybe like a number, a figure?
Let's say he reaches 10 goal involvements for the season.
See, I had that exact thing written down, so I'll be going for 11. I'm going to be one-upping you on that one. I'm going with 11. Has anyone else got Danjuma, or you guys have?
I got Danjuma, so naturally I got to go for 12 goals and assists, eh?
I'll be going for 13. No, I'm lying. Third, I can't like Everton. You're not scoring goals, bro. So
well, he's had some close calls in it already, and I feel like eventually it's gonna click for him, innit?
We'll see what happens. And next week is, of course, the final table predictions and transfer tier list. So we'll go more about Everton then. But Furhat, do you have a name for us?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with James Garner, even though I have absolutely no clue what I could be presenting for me to rise my stocks or whatever. I think he's a really decent like midfielder, and I think he'll do well.
Fair enough. We shall see. As for the mods, Cott has already put Beto, of course, the new signing announced yesterday, I think
Well,
it
he
was.
rates it.
It seems that
Yeah,
way,
he likes
yeah.
him a lot, I think.
I don't have any like bold statements from the mods. I just told him to send me their list. I don't know how much he thinks. You can ask him on stream or something, or when he's on next week. Aaron has gone with, I guess, is it Brentford? Is it Jared Brentford or whatever that geezer is? Yeah, good luck to him. Ted's gone with Patterson, and Alfie's gone with Yusuf Shermiti. I don't know that brother, so but you know Alfie, he likes his very obscure guys that nobody's heard of. So that
I did get a quote from Kurt on Beto.
Okay.
He said it's not going to look pretty, but he knows where the goal is. So I mean, that's
okay. Fair enough. So directly translating that he's saying that's about like 15 goals. That's kind of what I'm hearing from Kurt. We move on to Fulham. I'll kick off Fulham because this is one that I guess I've been somewhat passionate about. I got cooked for it on TikTok and again this weekend because he played against Arsenal and he got sent off. Calvin Bassey. I said during last season when all of the fans in Netherlands were saying this guy's the deadest guy ever, he's terrible, get him out of Ajax. I said, listen, I've seen something in that Rangers spell to tell me he's a Premier League level baller. He's now in the Prem. He's got his red card, but if anyone that actually watched it, it was a 3 p.m. kickoff, so I hope none of you did, because obviously we don't watch illegal stuff. But if you had watched the game, what I've been told by people that were at the stadium is that he was incredible, but sadly got the red card. So I'm going Bassey. As for the bold statement, I don't really know, but I think he'll be starting for Fulham by the end of the season. Anyone's got Bassey or different names?
No, Bassey.
Yeah, I'm on my ones. Fair enough. I'm on my ones. Ali, who you gone with?
I'm going to change mine right now.
Who was it?
It was originally Adama Traore, but I've now...
Interesting. Okay.
I've decided to go for Anthony Robinson, innit? I think he's had a good season last year, and I think this year will be that season where big clubs start sniffing around for him.
Yeah. No, I was backing him heavy last year, so I can definitely get behind that. Any of you, man, got Robinson as well, or different names again?
I got him as well, and I would also say he might be linked at the end of the season with a move. I wanted to go Palinha, but that was a bit boring.
Yeah, he's just cheating. That's
he's really the best.
Yeah. He is certainly their best player. Stokes, who are you going with?
Oh yeah, obviously might get a bit of stick, FIFA shout and all that, but his stocks are at all-time low in the summer. You know, Adama Traore.
Oh, okay, so he's going
glad
for
somebody
it.
did. I'm glad.
He's going for it.
And what it is I feel like the football Fulham play will complement him. I think he's going to get quite a lot of space to run into, and I think that obviously he wasn't in the I can't watch it in this country, but I heard he had Saliba on toast near the end of the game. You know, it's just
that's the issue with 3 p.m. games. People they do they make up lies because that obviously just didn't really.
I witnessed it.
Yeah.
But you at the game, yeah?
Look me up for some Saliba.
You're gonna end up in Stokes' scandal 11 without. He'll probably still make the team, to be fair, basically.
Straight in.
But so give us a number then for Adama Traore.
He's never been the guy that actually.
Exactly.
You know what I mean, he's just a dangerous guy, but I think his stocks will run. I don't know. I don't put a number on it. You know.
Saudi will come knocking after the season he's had.
He does strike me.
Could you imagine Adama in Saudi? Goodness me, fam. Because they kind of neglect their fullbacks, innit? They don't really. They sign centre mids and forwards, but the fullbacks are going to be suffering. But fair enough. Alfie's gone with Sasa Lukic, the guy that came in when Palinha was injured last season. Ted's also gone with Anthony Robinson. Aaron's also gone Anthony Robinson, and Kurt has joined me again. Calvin Bassey. Fair enough. So Kurt has joined me on a couple of these so far today. We move on to another one of the bigger teams, if you will. Had a great weekend. Liverpool.
I'm keen. Obviously, it's not exactly a big surprise, but she was about
SpongeBob.
You know the guy, the Hungarian fella. He just looks nuts. I feel like everything about him is just.
I remember your tweet. We were actually debating your tweet on stream actually because
I just really like the way he plays. I think that he's got a frame that suits the league. Like everything, I think he's just gonna keep going on and on. I think in Klopp's system, he'll thrive as well. I'll go really bold. I'll go 12 involvement.
He's taking set pieces. Is that bold?
Set piece.
I think go a bit higher than that. I think go a bit higher.
You know what? I'm not getting baited into a 25 situation.
We'll go 15.
We'll go 15.
Like a 17 is 15.
15. So it's 16.
16.
16. 16.
Fairs. Now, we were actually debating because we'd seen your tweet and there was a very polarizing opinion. Some said he was terrible. Others were quoting your tweet saying he was like, "You're sensational."
Such a tough job, man. I feel like that Newcastle way, they just hound you.
Yeah,
but he's doing really well.
I question how efficient he might actually be in terms of converting and getting numbers on the board.
There will be a lot of long shots that will rebound to Salah or Nunes or whatever. So, Fairs. I'm not going to go 16. I reckon a little 12, 13 is calm for him, but that's not my player. My player I went with, I believe I went with him last year as well, and I'm going to be going with him again. I'm going with Konate. I believe he, alongside Saliba, will be starting for France at the Euros. Forget all these like Koundés and Upamecano. No. These two will be the two if they're smart.
You can't say if they're smart.
No,
they
should. The French people, they love to riot, and the French public will want these two to be the ones playing. Maybe the manager won't, but as far as I'm concerned, we will all agree that, do you know what? It should be Konate, Saliba starting for them at the Euros. We'll see what happens.
I'm going with SpongeBob, Szoboszlai.
Ooh, okay. One up Stokes on the number?
No, I'm not going to go up there. Hell no, I don't think he'll reach that. He had 14 in both Bundesliga seasons, so I'll go with a calm 12.
Okay, so a bit of Bundestax is being applied. Okay.
Yep.
Listen, not that bold though, I must say, but it's okay.
I think it's pretty bold because he's not like out and out just camping up there. Like he likes to,
think about Van Dijk, Konate from corners and free kicks and that. But it's fine. No drama.
Van Dijk corners in 2023. Come on, man.
Hey, you see that? Ali, who you going with?
I've gone for chaos striker Darwin Nunes. You know what I mean? That's how I like my strikers, a bit scruffy. You know what I mean? Not polished. So
yeah, we can tell.
So I think this season he's going to break the 20-goal mark. Get into that.
Whoa,
20.
Yeah, 20.
I mean, we said bold, right? So fair.
I think he'll get 20. I think he's going to step up for that. I don't think Salah's going to be as effective this season. So I think Darwin Nunes is going to end up being like the main.
Do you not think there's like a real chance that next game he's just shocking? Do you know what I mean? Like
there is.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to kick on from here, innit? Those were 2 snap chances. It's a good little confidence boost. And I feel like that's all that was missing. He was just a little bit shaky, a bit nervous.
David Moz, I mean, this freak Kurt has copied me again. I think for the last time in this list, thankfully. He's gone with Konate himself, as has Ted. Aaron's gone with Curtis Jones. Interesting. And Alfie's gone with Ben Doak, the youngster that's been getting a few minutes here and there. So, all fair. We'll see what happens. We go now to Luton, who I imagine is not going to take us very long here. So, Ali, your Luton pick, who have you got?
Well, I just picked my boy, man, Ross Barkley. You know what I mean? I'm rooting for him, so...
I'm not even going to ask for numbers because I know, it's a techie one. Stokes, Luton.
Oh, yeah, uninspiring football team. I'm going with Tahith Chong. He looks like decent out there. So yeah.
You know what? I've also gone with Chong just because I'm just going on players that I know, innit? Because I wanted to back, that guy, is it something Mpanzu that played in every single division. But that game versus Brighton where he just gave away a free goal, I said, I can't even. So I think Chong's value is 3 million right now, so I'll go for a little triple. We can get to a little 9 million on transfer market.
I'm going with Ryan Gills, the fullback. He's put out some pretty good numbers in the championship, I believe. So I'll say he'll get 6 assists for fullback.
Fair enough. I'm not going to disagree with you. We'll just go straight to the mods ones. Kurt has gone with Morris. Again, don't know who that is. Aaron's joined you on the Ryan Giles guy. Ted's gone with Adebayo. And Alfie has gone with Issa Kabore. So, again, Luton.
Okay.
I don't really have any strong opinions. If there's somehow a Luton fan watching, by all means, let us know in the comments. We go now to the 2 Manchester clubs. First up, Manchester City. Ali.
I would have liked to hear where everybody else goes because I feel like, again, I'm going to go risky on this one.
You can go risky.
I've picked Cole Palmer.
Okay.
Cole Palmer. I think he's going to have his breakthrough season where it's okay, people realize this guy's a talent. I think I'm gonna predict double digits goals and assists, so 10 goals and assists minimum. Providing he gets the minutes, innit? Let's not be too harsh on that. Pep might just decide to freeze him out and put him on the bench every week.
It's not bad at all. Stokes, you going with Palmer or you got someone else?
No. Obviously, it's not exactly risky, but I'm reinvesting in Phil Foden. I feel like I'll die on the hill that he is our most talented footballer in this country. If there's ever a year to snatch a spot, like there's so many like. It's not the strongest City have been by any means. It's a little bit up and down, but no, I rate him for a good big season. I want 20 involvements
in the league, yeah.
In the league, yeah.
20 involvement. Okay, fair. I mean, I'm gonna tell you now. The thing is, he can probably just get that because it's Man City.
That's the thing, innit? Man City boost those numbers. Like,
yeah, I want to say no, but 20 seems like really doable. Nah, you know what? I'm going to say no. No, he's not getting 20 in the league. I'm saying it now. No, he's not getting 20 in the league. Furhat, what player do you have for us?
Boring Julian Alvarez. 9 goals last season, no assists. I'll go with 15 plus.
Fairs. I've gone with a new signing. I went with Doku purely because they finally have like a winger, like not like we like to just recycle possession and.
You know me, man. I love Doku, but first season Pep, I don't know.
Pep's just gonna turn him into one of them boring machines, man.
He very well may do, to be fair, but like on the right wing at the moment, I just think slap him there. You can give me like a, you know what? I'm gonna go with 10 G8,
okay.
10 G8.
Only
not
10?
Not that well, huh?
Not 15? Not 15?
Not for a player that I have no idea if he's even gonna get.
How much was he? And you're predicting the same as Cole Palmer?
Well, to be fair, that was your Cole Palmer shot. It wasn't my shot. Like your is not the same as mine. This is a new player. We know, like the first time you meet Pep, it takes a while for you guys to develop a rapport. You know, so that's fair. As for the mods, Aaron's gone with Doku as well. As has Ted. Alfie's gone with Cole Palmer. And Kurt has gone with Gvardiol. So if you're investing in Gvardiol, I'm expecting he's going to be the best centre-back in the league. If that's how, like, if we're investing in someone that's that expensive already. That's all I'm going to say. We now move to a team where I really struggle. Man United, I really didn't even anyone here. I'm going to start with Stokes because that's his specialty here. United.
Now, I had to think about this one. Obviously, this potentially could be a bit interesting in a year's time, but my stocks are getting invested into Anthony. Now, they say buy low, sell high, and all that. And now I think I've never seen his stocks lower. So I don't. People overhate him, man. He's not that bad. Like,
can I interest you in some BlackBerry stocks as well? You interested? It's
not that bad.
Where you have a QWERTY keyboard. I promise you, it's going to the moon, bro. It's going to...
Nah, okay. So my reasoning is we're gonna get a striker for the first time. He does loft a few interesting little balls in.
Interesting.
Might get someone to play off. Wan-Bissaka's getting more and more confident. The safety of his position is pretty much guaranteed. He'll probably play most of the season if he's fit. So I'm keen for him to get a bit more respect. You know, I don't love the guy by any means, but he's a little bit better than people make out. So yeah.
Interesting. So we're gonna get like a number on that one because that's a bold one that you know.
Yeah, but 12 is involvements.
Wow. Just before you guys give your players, is anyone backing that?
I'll go against it though.
Højlund is not good in the air, by the way.
Oh,
is he not?
Interesting.
He's a big boy though.
Yeah, he's big.
You just ruined Stokes' whole dream of winning.
Nah, but just because they're big, they're not good in the air. Look at Vegas, man.
No, it's true.
Yeah, valid.
But Weghorst was.
Yeah. Who have you gone for United then?
I went with Wan-Bissaka. You know, there's always these discussions. Is it Wan-Bissaka? Is it Dalot? You know, United fans always change all the time who they like better. End of the season, Wan-Bissaka.
He'll win the fight. I had that exact same thing written down. Guys like Stokes will say like, "Yo, Wan-Bissaka never play for my club again." Then they'll change their mind after a few weeks again. That Spider, what a beast! I'm going with like as the exact same thing. Wan-Bissaka, he will be the chosen like starting right back for United. Not that it's much of an ask, but that would be the case. Stokes, your thoughts on that? You backing us on that?
No, I actually don't like Wan-Bissaka, but it's clear he's better than Dalot. So I mean, it's not yet. It will happen.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, Ali, United.
Yeah, like you said, this one it was a tough pick, but I've gone for Amad Diallo.
Before you say your name, okay, fair. I was gonna say, yeah, before you tell us your name, he asked me in DMs, like, is he allowed to put like a negative stock and then put like Mason Mount? So I told him that's not for this week.
That's awful.
We're gonna do our one overrated player from every club. We're gonna
Yeah.
do that one in a week or two.
I think by the end of the season, I think he might show himself to be the starting winger, in it. Like, he'll get himself a spot in that team.
Okay. So bear in mind, there's also Sancho who was in the mountains.
But you know, I mean, let's be real about that guy, man. Like, I want him to do well, but let's be serious, innit? It's been a while now.
I can't even see him getting chances, if I'm being quite honest with you.
Diallo. Yeah, I feel like he just trusts Anthony too much, no matter how dead he is.
It's not just that. It's just I feel like he's behind Palestri. He's behind like behind Sancho. He's behind Garnacho, behind Rashford, behind everyone. I mean, so I don't know.
Yeah,
it's tough for him. It is tough.
Do any of the mods agree with us? Kurt's gone with Højlund, so we're gonna asterisk him for that's
Serie A bias.
15, 16 goals minimum. That's what I'm hearing from him. Aaron's gone with Kobe Mino, as has Ted, and Alfie's gone with Facundo Palistri. So he's just not rating any of your wingers. He's saying that they're all meaty and Palistri should be the one that gets some minutes. Fair enough. The last 6 teams we are on to. We go to Newcastle. I'll be happy to hit this one off because right now his stocks are not looking too hot after what happened against Liverpool. I'm going to go with Harvey Barnes. And I'm going to go with him in the sense of he will get more GA than Gordon. Whatever number that is, he will get more than him. He's not starting games at the moment. And people will say, oh, now you see why because of what happened against Liverpool. But I'm telling you, wait for us. That's all I'm going to say. Will anyone agree with me on that one? Or are you not going to...
My player is Gordon, so I'm on the opposite one. So I'll take you on the opposite. I think Gordon's going to end up with more than my man.
No, but I feel like that one's easy because he's the starter. So you got to tell me like a bold number for Gordon.
What did I have for Gordon? What did I got for Anthony? I got 15 goals and assists.
Fair enough. Stokes, who's your player?
I'm going Lewis Hall, I think.
Okay.
And they're crying out for that left side. I feel like he can only last so long over there. Burn, he looks so gangly. Like a team like Newcastle, they'll be dominant in most games. So I hope to see him get some game time. Hope to see him start like performing. You know, I feel like he can really take them up a notch there if he's a good fullback.
Fair enough. You reckon he starts more games than Dan Burn this season then?
Let's go for it. Yeah, why not? He takes that position. Yeah.
Fizz. Yeah. And then FULHAM, Newcastle.
Also went Lewis Hall. I won't go with more games started. I think it will be an overtake thing. They'll realize how much that guy can offer. And I cannot believe that Chelsea gave him away.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he just really wanted to, innit? He's been talking about how his whole family loves Newcastle and whatnot. So, yeah, it is what it is. So, but just for the two of you then, what side are you leaning on in terms of just pure numbers? Barnes or Gordon? Just so I know in a year to know who's backing it.
Barnes.
Okay, so
Barnes is not always pretty, but he'll get you the goals or assists.
Barnes, you wait for us. Kurt has gone with Gordon as well. Aaron's gone with Lewis Hall with you guys, as has Ted. And Alfie's also gone Anthony Gordon. So it's all the similar names, to be fair. We'll have to see who comes out on top of the Barnes and Gordon debate by the end, I suppose. But I'm not completely moved yet, as decent as he was versus Liverpool. Last few teams, Nottingham Forest. Furhat, you want to start this one?
Yeah, sure. I'll keep... Oh, but... See, you didn't tell us this rule with best player, so I've gone with their best player.
Whoa! I think...
I swear you didn't.
Who is their best player, though, is the question.
I think it's pretty easy.
Yeah,
I don't know about you. I think it's pretty easy.
Their best player, man.
You know what? You're lucky. You're right. I didn't tell you that part.
Yeah.
You're right.
I just always didn't... That's why I had Palhinha in mind, you remember?
Yeah. All right. So who was your player you were thinking?
It was Morgan Gibbs White. I think that's maybe the only occasion where I do say their best player.
Then you have to give us something outrageous for Morgan Gibbs White. Okay, then I want to hear that he's starting for England at the Euros or something mad like that.
Maybe not that bad yet, but he had like 13 contributions last season. I'll go with it's still Forest. But he does have Tyler.
Give us like 18 or something, bro.
You know what? I'll give you 17.
You can give us 18.
No, 17.
Bro, odd numbers. Who does that? Like that's fair enough. Stokes, what are you thinking? Forest.
Boring, innit? But I like the striker. I know you
like who?
Yeah, Taiwo.
Yeah, Taiwo.
Obviously, it's not exactly risky, so we'll go 12 league goals.
You can do more than that.
Not bad for a Forest striker.
You can do more than that.
I'll give you 13, but then I'm cutting it off.
What did Dennis get when he was cooking that like Watford? He must have got around that sort of number. You can give me more. You can give me a 14 and we shake hands and move on, surely.
I'll shake on 14. Not happy about it though.
He's got his deal, but he's not satisfied. Fair
On
enough.
time, we already had 10 last season. He might make that.
Alright, yeah, that's fair then. 14's
Oh,
fair.
yeah, if anything, 14 is like...
No.
bold in that case. I'll let you know who I went with before Ali goes. I went with... well, initially, I had written down Elanga's going to get more goals and assists than Garnacho. Just as a separate statement. Just because I feel like Garnacho is getting a bit overrated and him starting is leaving me with a cause for concern that I was right about him coming off for 20 minutes. But I've gone with Danilo because last time I was wearing my Palmeiras shirt. Today I'm wearing Flamengo. I always back Brazilian talents because it's football heritage. So I'm backing Danilo again. I backed him before he arrived in the Prem. He's had a solid first season, but I think he'll become like a household name by the end. He's a DM. Sometimes plays out wide, so I can't really give you like a number, but Danilo will be highly regarded. That's the most I can say. Ali.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for who I'm hoping is Danilo's midfield partner, Andre Santos.
Okay.
Fellow Brazilian. I think this season he's gonna show that he's got it in him to play at Chelsea, to get into the Chelsea team next season.
Hear it? Can't really argue too much. Just to clarify, will anyone be joining me on Elanga getting more numbers than Garnacho?
No, I rate
He
Garnacho,
should
man.
do.
I rate
It'd be
Garnacho
bad if he
still.
doesn't,
I
no?
can't back that.
Ferhat, will you be joining me with Elanga or no?
I will not join you because I don't rate either.
We'll see. But Alfie has gone with Andre Santos as well. Clearly rates him. As has Ted. Aaron's gone with Danilo like myself. And Kurt has gone with Santos also. So a lot of Santos is in there. We'll see what he's saying. We now go to Sheffield United. I'll be honest, like I mentioned, I'm wearing the Brazil shirt. I know nothing about this guy other than that he's from Brazil. Is this Gus Hamer guy? I don't have a single shout for you lot at all. He might be all right. That's all I can say. Does anyone have him as well, or do you lot have different names? Okay. Have you watched him before?
Gustavo Hamer, right?
Yeah, have you watched him?
Yeah, I've watched him. I think he's really solid from what I've seen in the Championship.
Fair enough. Like I said, I have
He played for He played for Coventry, and they kind of, they messed up going up, so...
Yeah. Fez, Stokes, who you got for Sheffield United?
Cameron Archer.
I'm not going to disagree or agree on any of these things. Promoted teams
got a price tag in it, so he should be scoring goals to them. So
do we all reckon that Sheffield goes straight back down, or anyone thinks they stay up a little?
Decent fight, but yeah, they'll go down.
Yeah, I think them and Luton are like locking. It's that third one that we'll see. Ali, Sheffield United.
I'm gonna pick Tom Davis. I liked him back in his Everton days, so I'm hoping he's gonna have a bit of a comeback season, man.
I'll be lying if I even knew that he went there, to be honest with you, but fair enough, innit? Sheffield United. Kurt has gone with, this is the one where he went with Traore, as did Aaron. Ted's gone with this Gustavo Hamer guy, and Alfie has also gone with this Gustavo fella. So we'll wait and see. This might be easy green arrows for everybody. Last three teams we go to, Tottenham Hotspurs. I will kick off this one. I want my money back that you guys stole from me for Basuma last season. When I put my stocks in Basuma last year, it was one of the very few red arrows that I got at the end. They were laughing at me. They were pointing at me, calling me names. But I invested in him for a reason. He's starting to show that again. So I'm going to be doubling up or doubling down, I guess, in Basuma. No numbers. He's a DM. He'll be in convos about like top 5, top 4 DMs in the league, I think, by the end of the season. Anyone else got Basuma, or I assume different names?
I've gone for Destiny Udogie. I think he started off very well, and I think
me too.
by the end of the season he could be in that top 10 left backs for the Prem this season. It'll be a bit higher.
10? It can be higher than that already. Nah,
Yeah, to be honest,
there's
there's not that many good left backs.
10 left backs. Yeah, exactly.
Easily top 5.
I'll sneak him into the top 5. I'll sneak him into the top 5.
We haven't done a fullbacks video before, so maybe it's about time at some point we do like a left backs and a right backs one for sure. Stokes, obviously you said you got Udogie as well, so
yeah, back it. I feel like what I've seen so far, good little player.
Can't really argue. He did very well, to be honest with you. Assist for Kulusevski's goal as well, so fair play.
Was thinking about Basuma, decided to not go with it just because of internal sources. Internal sources being Alfie. I'm going with Destiny Udogie as well. I
There it is.
think he'll cement himself. I really like him a lot. I already liked him at Udine, but yeah.
They are, reasonable names. And just so you know, Ted, Aaron, and Kurt have joined you guys in Destiny. Alfie's gone with Vicario, the goalkeeper. That's an interesting one. I've not been like super moved by him so far.
You know what's crazy about him though?
Looks better than
I think
Lloris.
Lloris last season had 7 like sweeper saves all season. Vicario already has 7. I think he got too sick of Lloris. That's what I'm thinking.
No, to be fair, yeah, he did. He definitely wasn't Lloris's biggest fan. We've seen that a lot in Discord and in streams. So I think anyone would have done in goal for him other than Lloris. So fairs. The last two, we go to West Ham. Who wants to kick us off?
It's not really bold. I just really like Kudus. I've always liked Kudus. I know he was a decent amount of money, but I think they've actually spent the money really well. I think they actually placed it around quite nicely. So I think double digits involvement, and I think
I'd agree with that.
Good signing. Yeah.
I'd agree with that. Anyone else have Kudus as well, or different names?
No.
I'll go double digits as well. I think he's had 14, 15 in the Eredivisie. I think he'll do 10.
Fully agree with you on it. Ali?
I've gone for James Ward-Prowse. I think this guy he looks like Mr. West Ham, man. He's next on that. West Ham midfielders, I feel like he's built for it, innit? And I think with the free kicks, corners, I think he can get 10 goals, 10 assists minimum. I don't know if they'll give him penalties, to be honest.
I understand it, like the numbers perspective, because again, when you have the kind of height that West Ham have, he's perfect for West Ham. You're not wrong. I can't invest my stocks in a set piece spammer. Like it's too much for me personally. Like I had Kudus. I had a bit of a banter one as well, but I'll use that more of like a separate statement that I'm gonna add. I'm gonna say that aside from me picking Kudus as my guy, Ghanaian, I have to back him by force. I'm gonna say that Mikel Antonio is bagging more goals than R9 Richarlison. I'm saying Antonio will outscore Richarlison this season. They're doing the whole podcast beef here and there. They're going to link up. Antonio will bag, and he's going to go and start doing the chicken dance as a celebration. You heard it here first on the 29th of August, 2023. That is my West Ham one. And we move to... Oh, wait, actually, the mod. Kurt went with Alvarez, their new DM. Aaron joined us on Kudus, of course. He had to, Ghanaian. Ted's gone James Ward-Prowse, so, he's joining you there, sadly. And Alfie's gone with Emerson, which is it's an interesting one for sure. Last team, worst one for me. Just hate this team. Like, no players that I enjoy watching here. Wolves, FULHAM.
Oh, man, I'm going to be so boring, but I don't care. I'll go Max Kilman.
Fair's not. Feel free.
Yeah, I went Max Kilman last year as well, I think, and I'll always go Max Kilman because I think he's such a solid defender and he always does well, and Wolves fans love him.
Stokes, what you got for Wolves? You have anything interesting for us there?
Nothing really interesting. The Brazilian João Gomez, I feel like he's the one for me. I think against United, I was impressed. So
he's the one to do what?
To be like. Obviously, I think they're losing someone, right?
You think I keep track of Wolves transfer news, bro?
I
don't follow Wolves transfer news.
I believe Mateus Nunes is gone. I believe to City. Apparently,
okay,
that's the rumor.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to step up. He's going to be the main man in the midfield. I like him.
Okay, I personally I went with someone who I feel like done all right against United as well. Mateus Cunha.
He did.
Okay,
like the thing is. The finishing,
criminal, he deserved the
he's the reason there was some question marks, but with Wolves, there's no one that's like a good finisher at that entire club. There hasn't been for a number of years. Like take out Diego Costa because he's like 50 or whatever, and obviously Raul Jimenez since like the head stuff, whatever. So I'm gonna go with Cunha to just be their top scorer, whatever number that is. I couldn't really care less. Is Ali, you giving us a Wolves player?
Yes, I'm gonna go for a striker as well, but bit more of a target man striker. I'm going to take Zaza Kaladzic. I think that's his name.
Fairs?
The big man.
You know what I mean? The big man. I feel like Wolves are going to get to a point in the season where they're going to be looking for goals and they'll just keep subbing him on and hoofing it up there for him. So I think he'll end up getting maybe 10 goals and assists in total, knocking it down for players, getting it in. But I think he's going to have a hopefully a luckier season than he did last season, innit?
No, that's completely fair. Alfie agrees with you. He's also gone with this Sasa Kalajic guy. Ted's gone with Max Kilman, like yourself, Furhat. Aaron's gone with Hugo Bueno, and Curtis also agreed on Max Kilman. So those are our 20. As you know, a long season ahead. We're going to end up in a year's time counting how many had green arrows, how many just stayed where they were, and how many have some massive red arrows. Hopefully you man enjoyed it. This is more for like the prediction vibes, but I like these ones because in a year's time, we see who was cooking. Next week, we are back with the final transfer tier list for transformative signings to flop signings, our Premier League table combined with all our lists, me, Kurt, whoever else is on there next week. It should be a fun one. Make sure to subscribe, follow these man on all their socials. Have a wonderful week. In a bit. Bosh.